It's a busy week here on the Tech campus with lots of events for students. Coming up, we'll have a look at one event that gave attendees the chance to test their gardening skills and bring a little bit of nature back home.
Hispanic Heritage Month is underway nationwide with events happening around the country. Find out how the Texas Tech Library is using a series of events to celebrate the Hispanic culture next.
And the Texas Tech football team has officially named a new starting quarterback as they get ready for their Big 12 home opener. We'll have the details on the announcement along with a look around Tech athletics and sports.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Thursday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Graciela Vasquez.
And I'm Bryant Torres. Fall is in full swing here on campus, and that means there are plenty of activities to keep students busy in between classes and homework.
That's right, Bryant. The Texas Tech campus has hosted a full schedule of events for this week, starting with an event that allowed students to show off their green thumb while creating a one-of-a-kind keepsake. On Monday afternoon, the Student Activities Board hosted Make Your Own Terrarium in the sub-courtyard. Students gathered around and waited in line to receive their glass containers to create their own designs. The event only lasted a few hours, but that didn't keep students from stopping by during lunch or in between classes. Make Your Own Terrarium was only one of the many events that the Student Activities Board hosts every year.
As part of the Student Activities Board, we pride ourselves in bettering the environment of the student campus. It's not just daytime events. We have off-campus outreach, just many various types of genres of events. So it's for everybody. People meet friends, people make memories, people have like little decorations and stuff they can't afford because a lot of people are broke. And so all of our students are free. All of our events are free. So we make sure that everyone does enjoy their time.
If you didn't get a chance to stop by Monday's MYO event, SAB still has several activities on their schedule for this week. For a full calendar of events for this week and the rest of the semester, visit sab.ttu.edu.
October marks the midpoint of fall semester, and that means many students are already thinking about internships, graduation, and beyond. With that in mind, one college here on campus hosted an annual event to help students make connections for their future. The College of Media and Communication held their annual career and internship fair on Tuesday, starting at noon. The college invited students to come out to the Sub's Red Raider Ballroom and meet up with representatives from businesses in Lubbock and beyond. Attendees were encouraged to dress for success, bring a resume, and make their best impression to secure a future job or internship.
The great thing about a career fair is that we have tons of companies here who are ready to hire our students. So you might find a great internship online and you'll submit your resume, and that's great. That's what you need to be doing. But these companies here have job or internship openings. They might have part-time openings available immediately, and they want our students.
Along with the chance to meet up with potential employers, the COMC Career and Internships Fair also featured tons of swag and an opportunity to take a free professional headshot.
National Hispanic Heritage Month is currently being observed from now through October 15. Many events are taking place around the United States, including right here in Lubbock. Author Christopher Carmona came to Texas Tech to speak as part of Texas Tech's celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. Yesterday, Carmona presented in the library's Crossland Room. In his lecture, Resilience in a Time of Terror, Writing El Rinche and the Telling of the Unrecorded History of La Matanza. He discussed multi-generational trauma and racial violence towards Mexican Americans in the 20th century. He also talked about characters such as the Lone Ranger and how they reflect our cultural memory of historical events. He drew inspiration from these events in the creating of his novel El Rinche, which features a superhero that disguises himself as the ghost of the Texas Ranger.
Yeah, the character itself is a superhero who fights the Texas Rangers in this case, who are hired to steal the land from Mexican Americans during the early 20th century, which is true. So he becomes kind of a response to a lot of the violence that's happening. He's kind of a ghost figure. He's got ninja powers and things like that. But he's kind of a response to the Lone Ranger character.
Yesterday's lecture wasn't the only way the campus is observing Hispanic Heritage Month. Students can also visit an ongoing exhibit at the library, which includes cultural artifacts, literature, and art curated by the Department of Mexican American and Latin Studies. The exhibit will be on display through Tuesday, October 15.
It's been a gloomy week here on the Tech campus. We've only seen a few periods of sunshine over the last 5 days, and we even saw more rain yesterday afternoon.
That's true, Bryant. So how long will the clouds be sticking around the South Plains? MCTV's Madison Hartin joins us in the studio with a look at what's ahead in the forecast. Madison?
Thanks, guys. Well, the gloomy weather is going to be sticking around, but not for too much longer. It's going to continue through today and into early tomorrow morning, but after that, the sunny weather will be returning to the South Plains, and we should be seeing a little bit more cooler temperatures over the next couple days. Right now, looking at our MCTV tower cam, we can see that we have a lot of low-bearing stratiform clouds over Noski Park right now, and that is what is bringing in a lot of those that humidity and a lot of those cooler temperatures and a lot of that gusty wind that we've been seeing over the last couple of days. Pay attention to the wind because that actually is what's causing a lot of the weird weather here on Texas Tech campus right now. Our high for today only climbed up to 73 degrees, so a little bit cooler. I think the fall temperatures everyone's been looking forward to are finally here. Mostly cloudy and mild conditions and an east by northeasterly wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And then for tonight, we're finally going to break below 60 degrees, so a little bit chilly outside. Mostly cloudy and cool conditions and an east by northeasterly wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Looking at the South Plains as a whole, we can see that basically everywhere is going through a cold snap right now due to that northeasterly wind. And our coolest temperatures are really going to be in about the lower area south of us. And our warmer temperatures really aren't going to get that much warmer than we're seeing right now in Texas Tech campus, where it's a little bit warmer directly to the east of us, but really not that much warmer. Our warmest temperatures are only going to climb into about the upper 80s. And before we can get into that warm weather that we're hoping for the next couple days, we need to talk about that last bit of rain we're going to be getting for the week. The heaviest rain we're going to be seeing is around Muleshoe, and Lubbock metropolitan area is going to be experiencing about a 45% chance of rain for later into tonight and late this afternoon. So you're going to have to not put up your rain boots until tomorrow morning because we are going to be seeing another round of it. But we do have some good weather to look forward to. For tomorrow, Friday, the sun will finally be making an appearance again. High of 79, low of 64. So very nice, very temperate conditions tomorrow. Southeasterly wind at 10 to 15. See, the wind change, and now we're getting a change in weather. For Saturday, high of 85, low of 56, southwesterly wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour. So we're going to have a very nice weekend. And then for Sunday, a little bit cooler, high of 79, low of 49, so breaking below 50 for the first time this year too, and a northeasterly wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour. The South Plains as a whole is really going to be experiencing some interesting weather as the fall conditions start to come in. Our first round of autumnal winds have brought in a lot of rain and a lot of cooler conditions, so definitely tune in for our weather reports every week to see what's coming up. I'm Madison Hartin for MCTV. Back to you.
Thanks, Madison. As we've mentioned earlier, it's already been a busy week here on campus, but there's still more to come. Here's a look at today's MCTV events calendar. The 2019 edition of Family Weekend officially kicks off on campus tomorrow. Parents and siblings heading to Lubbock will have plenty of options to keep them busy, starting with Arrival Survival. Tomorrow afternoon from noon to 5:30, families can check in at the Texas Tech Parents Association located on 1305 University Avenue. During the event, Family Weekend participants can pick up a schedule, maps, t-shirts, and any tickets purchased ahead of time for Friday's dinner or Saturday's tailgate. For more information on the Arrival Survival event, along with the full list of this weekend's activities, visit familyweekend.ttu.edu.
Even if you're not participating in Family Weekend, there's still plenty of events to keep you busy over the next few days. Tomorrow afternoon, make plans to stop by the free speech area outside the sub for the annual TTU Library Tailgate, starting at noon. You can grab a hot dog, enjoy live music, and pick up some swag, all for free. Representatives from the library will also be handing out free t-shirts and hosting a photo booth for attendees. The 2019 Library Tailgate is free and open to all students.
And tomorrow afternoon, join the Talkington College of Visual and Performing Arts as they officially opened a new theater and dance complex. Member of the college, along with university officials and alumni, will gather outside the Machen Theater building at 5:30 p.m. for the ribbon cutting. Following the ceremony, attendees can stick around for a reception in the new facility. Tours of the new theater and dance complex will also be offered throughout the afternoon, with tours starting at 2, 3, and 4 p.m. in the Machen lobby. Tomorrow's celebration will wrap up with an evening performance of Moliere's Dr. Love at 7:30 in the Mason Black Box Theater. For more information on all of tomorrow's events, visit today.ttu.edu. After a rough start to conference play, the Texas Tech football team is preparing for another matchup with a ranked team this week at the Jones.
That's right, Bryant. But unlike last week, the Red Raiders will have a predetermined leader as they head out onto the field. Earlier this week, head coach Matt Wells announced that junior Jet Duffy will be taking on the duties of starting quarterback for the foreseeable future. Duffy is replacing former starter Alan Bowman, who was injured during Arizona's game in September. Duffy took over as quarterback during the first quarter of last week's loss to Oklahoma, completing 11 of 20 passes for 120 yards. Duffy also started in last year's matchup against TCU in Kansas, and he finished out 2 other Big 12 games when Bowman was injured in 2018. Duffy and the rest of the Red Raiders will take on the number 21 ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys this Saturday at 11 a.m. at Jones AT&T Stadium. If you're unable to make it out to the game, you can also catch all the action on Fox Sports 1.
Texas Tech volleyball also suffered a Big 12 loss on the road last weekend against a ranked opponent, but the team is back on track after a big win last night. Texas Tech volleyball took care of business against the Kansas State Wildcats, winning 3-0. The win marked only the second time Tech has swept the Wildcats, with the first sweep coming in 1983. Sophomore Alex Kirby and senior Emily Hill both had a huge nights in the win. Kirby posted 42 assists after sitting out the previous 13 matches due to a stress fracture earlier in the season. Hill had an amazing night with 21 kills, 2 blocks, and 10 digs. Next up, Tech volleyball hopes to start a new winning streak as TCU comes to town. Tip-off is set for 1 p.m. on Sunday at the United Supermarkets Arena.
Over the weekend, the women's soccer team welcomed the Oklahoma Sooners to town for a matchup that ended in the team's first tie of the season. And even though that game ended an 8-game winning streak, the Red Raiders are hoping to get back to their winning ways tonight on the road in Iowa. Tech will take on Iowa State in Ames starting at 7 p.m. The Red Raiders are ranked 18 nationally, and they hope to improve their standing with a victory over the Cyclones. If you're not making the trip up north, you can keep up with the live stats and scores at texastech.com.
So Grace, do you have any big plans for this weekend?
I'm going to the game with my family for family weekend.
That's so good. I hope I can go and see the game as well. Well, that's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you next week.